Hey team, how you going? Chris here, coming to you for Free Coaching Friday live. I am sorry for the mass exodus scene that I took for the last couple of weeks. Most of you know, we moved from Perth back to Canada. I've been talking about it for quite a while, and I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who knew and paid attention and reached out to me and sent me your loving vibes and support because, yeah, it's a bit of a thing. I somehow thought I was just going to move and, carry on as it was. So anyway, so new day, new time. I am back in North America, so I am actually doing these Free Coaching Fridays. In Canada now, I was doing it on Saturday morning because of course I was ahead of you in time. I am no longer that. I'm on the same day. So hopefully this time works for you. I can't even remember what time I had on the schedule. I'm just being real authentic with y'all. And I really want you to know that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a breather. It's okay to just sit back for a hot minute and say, you know what? Something's got to give, and I need to prioritize my health, or I need to prioritize my kids or my family or my spouse. You know what I'm saying? And it was an eye-opener for me because although I'm apologizing for my absence, I'm okay with it. Because there's some things that I really needed to do. You know what I'm saying? I needed to prioritize a few things in my life outside of this group. So I appreciate you all for hanging around, and we're going to get back to doing business and talking confidence and all the things that I hope you enjoy being a part of this group. So today, I think I had on the schedule today that I was going to talk about an ultimate morning routine. And this is something, I mean, morning routines, very common word, phrase, right? Miracle morning routine. And, I've gone through several, you know what it's like. You start something and then your brain is kind of like, no, this is getting uncomfortable because I'm supposed to be doing it every day. And I don't feel like doing it every day, right? That's a normal thing. And then we want to change it, right? And I've done that many times. Okay. But what I've created is it's like a little system. It's like a template that you can use, because sometimes for me, I like to think of things in terms of concepts. So in other words, if I know that I have to, for example, do a live, right? Inside of the fact that inside of the fact that I'm doing a live, I'd like to have a little template that I can follow. So I can adjust as I need to, right? But I still have that direction, right? I know exactly the template I have when I do a Facebook Live or I do a training video would be something different. So I hope that makes sense. So I want to share this with you. I've been doing a lot of meditation since I arrived, right? It's been a crazy time. And sometimes when our back's against the wall and we have these times, we really need to fall back into what we know, okay? And what I know is that every single time I take an hour, okay, more than 15 minutes, that I take a full hour in the morning to stay off my phone. Now I've been cheating because I do check my phone when I get up to check for messages from my husband, who's still in Australia by himself. And I'm like, are you coming yet? You know what I'm saying? But other than that, to stay on your phone for an hour and really feed your cup. And I'll tell you what, if you can commit to doing something like this, you can put your mindset into momentum. And honestly, you will start seeing results. I have some big goals in my business, and I've been doing this meditation this week, and boom, I open my phone and there's an email about, somebody joining, or, there's an email about a private coaching client. So this stuff works, you guys. It absolutely works, but you have to work it. It's like anything else, a product, a system, a practice. It has to be worked by you to work, right? Y'all know that already. So this is a little template that I put together for myself, and I've been doing this week. So there's things when you first wake up in the morning, right? It's almost like you might get overwhelmed because you're like, oh, I got to drink water, and then I'm supposed to meditate, and then I'm supposed to do this, and then I'm supposed to do that, right? And so there's some flexibility here for you to change things up, which is what I'm talking about, because, you know, sometimes our brains want to be like, oh, I want to do something different because doing the same thing is uncomfortable because it's discipline and right? So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like a 6-step process, okay? 6-step system. So the first one is hydration. So the hydration is the first thing you absolutely, y'all know this already, right? Is to drink a ton of water, because we've been sleeping all night for, you know, 6 hours, 8 hours. And oftentimes we don't drink a ton at night. Like I try and drink a lot at dinner, but I don't try and drink a lot before I go to bed at night, because inevitably I wake up in the middle of the night having to pee, right? Who hears me on that one, right? And it's like, I do not want to wake up at 2 a.m. to have to pee and then struggle to get back to sleep. So hydration, absolute must, right? Drink lots of water when you get up. Lemon water is a really good option, okay? Because lemon water actually has an alkalizing effect in your gut. And I read the other day, it actually helps with any citrus, helps with liver, like detoxifying the liver. So if you like a red wine like I do most nights, then you definitely need the lemon water, okay? Number 2 is oxygenation, okay? And so don't ever underestimate the power of breathing. So I've got a couple of friends, one that lives in BC. She's amazing. She actually did a training in this group. She is a breath work coach. And I used to think, like, really, is it really that much about breath work? Like, really? Not in a bad way, but you know what I'm saying? And if you realize, if you go through your day and just start being conscious, more aware about your breathing, you know, you might realize, and I've started this again in the last week or so, that we're not like taking deep breaths all the time. That if you just stop for a minute, you realize that, you know, if we're stressed and anxious, we're like holding our breath in tight and we're not actually breathing like we are, but we're not breathing, right? And so I downloaded this app called, I think it's called Breathwork, but the breath is like BRTH or something like that. It's a free app and it's got music and it's got these breathwork combinations for like just get up in the morning, middle of the day, you need an energy boost. And it's just the rhythm of the breathing. And it's magical, you guys. Okay, it's absolutely magical, because if we're going to start our day off right, our body needs hydration. We also need oxygenation, because we don't deep breathe when we sleep either. We're breathing in a relaxed way because we're sleeping, right? We're asleep. But this sort of deep breath work is an incredible thing to do first thing in the morning, any time of day, right? But anytime you're doing something, right, it's often easier to do it in the morning. It's like that eat the frog concept, right? Do the thing you don't want to do it first, right? So hydration, oxygenation, and then number 3, movement, right? So movement is really important. You can, if you listen to Tony Robbins, he talks about this a lot. And I know for myself, anytime I'm exercising or I'm at the gym is when honestly I get my best, most valuable content, ideas, thoughts, brain waves, good vibes, right? It's because when we move, right, we are triggering some, you know, certain organs in our body and hormones and can you tell, like I'm full of BS, but when we exercise, I know physiologically, okay, things happen in the body, good things. Right? Good things happen in the body when we move. Our heart rate goes up, it releases endorphins, right? Feel good chemicals, all that kind of stuff. Now, does it mean you have to like go for a 5-mile run and then come back, you know, and continue your morning routine? No, you can just move your body. So sometimes I just do like some yoga stretches. Tony Robbins has something called, it's not Fire Up. It's like a morning thing. I'll drop it below, but it's like a breathing and pulling your arms down over your head, right? Stretching, or just like doing some jumping jacks, like literally for like 2 to 5 minutes, right? That's all you need. And then normally most days I'll either go to the gym or I'll go for a run or something, right? So movement's so important. And can you see how these are all building on each other? So hydrate, oxygenate, deep breathe, movement, and now your body is like, yeah, we are freaking feeling awesome right now, okay? And then number 4, I've got meditation. Now, meditation doesn't have to be hard. You know, if you're like me and you got stuck in compare-itis for a long time, I was there for years, and I'd look for people and I'd be like, oh my God, I can't meditate for an hour, and I really need to be able to meditate just by myself for 30 minutes. Now, there are so many meditation resources. I follow this woman named Jess somebody. It's called Rising Higher on YouTube. So it's just free. I'll put it below. She is incredible. She has so many different kinds of meditations. I did one the other day. I met my spirit guide and downloaded some freaking seriously awesome intel from my soul. It was amazing. I did one this morning, which is simple exercise to open your heart. It's amazing. So meditation, it can be anything you want, right? And meditation really, I don't know what the actual word means, but it's just sitting and being present, right? Being present, because like, when in your day are you ever truly present? Zero, right? So why not take the time in the morning to try and be present? And I'll tell you what, when you do this, after you've hydrated, oxygenated, and moved your body, the meditation will be so much easier, trust me, because you're already in a feel-good, relaxed state, okay? And the meditation, like the one I did this morning, was 20 minutes, right? Super fast. And the better you get at it, okay, the better you will be to start, pushing out the, what I got to do today, the list, the this, the that, right? And I like guided meditations because it helps me focus on what I'm supposed to be focusing on. Nothing wrong with that. Number 5 is journaling, okay? And so journaling is great because things in our brains tend, I don't care how you learn, right? People to learn different ways, but when you actually write something down, it's more powerful. This has been proven over and over and over again. It's more powerful than writing things. It's more powerful than, not necessarily more powerful than listening, but it accesses different part of your brain, right? We all know the study of the people who actually wrote their goals down versus the people who declared their goals and thought about it. The people who declared, thought, and wrote it down, right? They hit the goals, right? So it does matter, and journaling is great. And if you journal, step 5, after doing these 4 things, things will come to you, right? So it won't feel like a struggle. And journaling, like literally, like the past week, I've just been into I am statements. I am. Maybe yesterday it was gratitudes. I'm grateful for, right? So again, you don't need to write a novel or whatever, but it's just letting it flow what you feel like writing. So as soon as I'm finished the meditation, right, it's a good time because you're going to get downloads and ideas and thoughts will come to you. Pull out a notebook. I put some music on and I spend 5-10 minutes journaling, right? And then that's it. But the last part is the most important part. Okay, it's not the most important part, but it's also an important part. Number 6 is I open up my other notebook, okay, and I make the today. So I open up a new page and I say today, right? And I love doing this, right? I love sitting down and like planning out my day. Now, in order for this to be successful, it's a good idea to start this the night before, right? And so I don't know if you're like me, you go to sleep at night and your brain starts, oh, I have to do that. Oh, I have to do that. Oh, I have to do that, right? So what I like to do is open up this in my notebook today, and I put the date on it, and I just put as many things down and get it out of my brain the night before. So when I open this up today, right, I can write down, another affirmative statement or, a message I want to send myself today. And then I've got most of my to-dos written down. But then the important part of this is I write down 6 goals. So I write down 3 personal goals, like 3 personal things, like hug my children, tell my husband I love him, and, make dinner here so my mother-in-law doesn't have to do it. Right? Personal goals could be, make sure my kids are registered for school. That's more like a to-do, but you know what I'm saying. Personal goals, right? Personal goals. And then I write 3 business goals. So my top 3 things that I want to make sure and prioritize that I get done in my day when it comes to my my business or my income producing activities, right? Because we all got lots. Your list is probably like 20 long, but you're not going to do all the 20. And if you try to do all the 20 and try and convince yourself you're going to do all the 20, you're not. You'll get to the end of the day feeling defeated, right? So again, 3 priorities that you want to, maybe it's something to do with your job, or maybe it's something to do with your side hustle, or, you know, whatever it is, right? 3 goals, and then 3 personal goals. And that's it. That's the process. So when I first did this about a week and a half ago, I was getting up at like 4:30 in the morning. My body clock was getting me up. And so I did this like for a full hour and had a sensational day. It was awesome. Today I collapsed it. Right? So I had a meditation, it was way less time, you know, I did a very quick breathing thing. You get the idea, right? So, but if you follow this template, okay, and I'll put it in the comments, if you follow this template, you can change it up, right? So you might do some sort of different breathing exercise. You might even combine movement with breathing, right? Like you might do 15 minutes of yoga, right? So you tick both those boxes. Maybe you do a 5-minute meditation. Honestly, go onto YouTube. There's like every single kind of meditation you could ever want is on there for free. And then seal the deal with your personal goals and your business, money-making, income-producing goals, whatever that is for you. So hope you got some value from Free Coaching Friday, and I will be updating the calendar soon. We'll do a challenge or a masterclass or something coming up at the end of the month. Just be patient with me, but we'll definitely see you next Friday for Free Coaching Friday. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.